your voice. I'm like,
I doubt it.
I was like, my wife would be happy with that, you know, but it would do well for my job. Well, thank you. You all take care.
Good luck.
Okay.
Can I talk to you? Hang on.
All right.
Okay, but I'm gonna clean her with the felony.
Are we ready on all these?
You already know that. You read upside down.
Boom, 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 boom. All we have everybody except for the jail.
Well, but she wasn't even on today's bucket. I didn't even know the case was been filed.
Bob told me that Molly's last name is Croft, not Kraft.
Oh, well,
It's not. It's Kraft.
that's crap. Well, that's like
Oh.
wrestling and wrestling.
Always has been. Well, wrestling's a thing. There's wrestling, which is a sport. There's wrestling, which is not. Wrestling is entertainment.
We watch wrestling, we take a bowl of the truck,
Oh,
we hold the grill,
right,
we drink,
right,
drink.
that's right. Stand up, right, sit down, right.
Text, I'll put ING on it. Drink. Say it, I'll put a G on it.
No.
So, yeah, it knows.
It automatically does.
Done it so much, it automatically just
Just
goes with what I type.
But this is what he means.
I mean, wrestling, I have to work it, wrestling. I just say wrestling. RASSLI. What's wrestling? Oh, ULL, the whole.
She's like, "Earl, what?
Yeah.
What is that?"
And eat tortillas.
Now I say it like that, that's how I taught my kids how to spell it.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna admit everybody and find out what's going on. I don't think we have the jail though. They're under a different screen. Can you call the jail and see if they're
Yes.
going to get online with us?
So when we get up Tuesday T, you wanna?
Say his name? There's two layouts. This is Bob Holcraft.
Some of it's here, some there's here,
Okay, I don't care about that one.
just T.
Yep.
Oh, jail.
We're just waiting for the jail.
Hey.
Hey, Judson, you better hurry up, he's gonna call Jim. All right, good job. Well done. Criminal docket is done, that class C is coming tomorrow, when we done, so pre-trial, no trial, we have one criminal pre-trial.
Will be on the first floor, so whenever you pass it, whenever you come in, you're gonna pass security. Keep on.
Did you see? Maybe that you, something about you.
Yeah. Chad told her not to tell us what to do.
Yes.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
Maria Two, Justin Noah Jenkins,
And what's Kathy's last name?
Wayne.
Different.
She would say something.
People. All right. You guys have a good afternoon.
Here's this,
Drive.
what this?
The water, that might be useful. I'll take your that. Have fun.
Well, I already started.
There you go. Oh, we lost somebody. Claudia. And she's sitting right here. Spam call. Here we go.
Judge, he's not quite here yet. I'm sorry.
Okay. We can't start without him.
Well, down that for mine and all the cars, their house is market.
Yeah. Real.
All right. If y'all are ready, are you Justin Jenkins?
Yes.
Okay. And I do have a copy of mental health assessment. I will consider that for the purpose of hearing. Did you want to call your client to testify?
Your Honor, I would like to call Dana,
Barber.
Barber.
Okay.
And, to see whether or not he has sufficient information, so.
Mr. Barber, if you would raise your right hand and be sworn. You swear or affirm testimony about to give be truth, the whole truth, nothing but truth, so help you God.
Yes,
All right, you can go ahead.
Mr. Barber, how are you, connected with, Mr. Jenkins?
I'm a friend advocate of his. I got involved in his life a number of months ago when he was a client at the food pantry that I volunteer at. And I noticed his situation. And so I went to where he was staying at a train station to see how I could improve his situation. And eventually it led to where I would take him into my home on periodic basis until he would go out and get high on drugs and turn into a different person. And so I would kick him out and we would just go on this cycle.
I see. So, do you know about his mental health issues?
Yes, I do.
Okay, can you sort of briefly explain that to the judge?
Justin he has in my opinion, he has a mind of a 15 or 16-year-old because of when he started doing drugs at 14 years old and has never stopped.
I want to know whether or not you know whether or not he has any mental health illness. Do you know anything about that?
Unexplained. So I don't know if he's been diagnosed with anything, but from my experiences, when Justin is totally sober, he gets angry and can't handle being sober. When he's high, he has it's just, you just can't live with him, and that's why I had to kick him out.
Do you,
He babbles.
do you do drugs, Mr. Barber?
Excuse me?
Do you do drugs?
Do I
Do you
do drugs?
do you allow drugs to be used in your home?
No.
And at this point, are you willing to put up with Mr. Jenkins at your house if he is released?
Yes, I just need to know. This is my first time. I mean, no one's talked to me, so I don't know what my responsibilities are. Is he in jail at my house, or what happens when he goes and does drugs? I mean, no one has talked to me about that.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you would need to know if he is released, what are the conditions of his release so that you can comply with the judge's order. Is that what you're trying to say?
If that's what you want me, yes, I am.
Okay, so if he is released, he will have a series of conditions that's required of him. For example, he needs to get his prescription medication, so he could be on prescription medication. That's number one. Number two, he would have to stay off of drugs, illegal drugs. And number three, he needs to stay with somebody who's be willing to, take responsibility of bringing him to court, making sure that he makes his court appearances, and call the judge if he's not complying with the court order. Is that something that you're willing to do?
Yes.
And at this point, he's probably, if he is released by the judge, he'll probably have to go to a variety of programs, like maybe attending AA and NA and counseling. And are you willing to assist him in those programs? For example, transporting him there and making sure that he attends those programs?
Yes.
Okay, and where do you live?
Denton.
Okay, and is that 2013 Chandler Drive, Denton?
Yes.
Okay. So at this point, you do understand that while he's out on probation, while his case is being disposed, he will be required, if he's released at this time, that he will be required to stay with you and to make sure that he does not violate his conditions of release. Do you understand that?
Now I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you willing to help him do that?
Yes.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Any questions from the state?
Just briefly, Mr. Barber, how long has Mr. Jenkins resided in your home? What's the longest amount of time he's resided in your home at one time?
It seems to be 2 weeks, and then he goes off and does drugs, and then he's gone for about a week, and then he's sober, and then he comes back.
And what is it you do for a living?
I'm retired.
Okay. Pass the witness.
Anything
Judge-
else from this witness?
Not for this witness, Judge. I like to call Justin Jenkins.
Mr. Jenkins, if you would raise your right hand and be sworn. Do you swear or affirm testimony about to give be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so be God?
Yes.
Justin, can you please briefly summarize what are some of the mental health issues that you have experienced, and what treatment have you received in the past? Briefly.
Okay. I'm diagnosed with mild depression and mild anxiety. And I was diagnosed with those through MetroCare. I got diagnosed with those last year. The anxiety was they diagnosed me with that this last year. And say probably about 6 years ago, I was first diagnosed with depression. And started medication.
Are you currently on prescription medication?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and are they providing that to you at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Does that make you feel better?
Yes, ma'am.
Throughout your criminal history, do you have any violent offenses in your criminal history?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and are they mostly drug related or
Yes, ma'am.
somehow connected to the drugs?
Yes, ma'am.
You do understand that if the judge provides you with a mental health PR bond, you are required to not be doing any illegal drugs.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you willing to comply with that?
Yes, ma'am.
You do understand that if the judge grants you a PR bond and you violate for any reason at all, for example, not checking in or not complying with the judge's order, that once you get back in, that's it. You stay in until your case is over.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
And your options of probably having probation would be pretty much dissipated if you if you violate. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
And is that something that you're willing to agree to do?
Yes, ma'am. I can do that.
Past witness.
Any questions from the state?
No questions from the state, Your Honor.
Anything else from the defendant?
No, Your Honor. I rest.
Anything else from the state?
Just to read the criminal history into the record, Your Honor. On this October 1st, 2020, defendant was arrested for criminal trespass, no dispo information. On December 18th, on 2020, he was arrested for resisting and criminal trespass, no dispo information. And on January 17th, 2022, he was arrested for possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1/1B, greater than 1 gram, less than 4 grams. Again, no dispo information on that. That's the end of his criminal history that I can see.
Any argument from the state?
Your Honor, I just believe that due to his drug history and the fact that it seems that he is not willing to comply with conditions outside of jail, we object.
Well, based on everything I'm looking at, I believe it's more of a substance abuse issue rather than a mental health issue. I'm going to deny bond this time. Good luck. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Sorry about my tardiness, Judge.
We'll forgive you this time.